sources are confirming that Pakistan ISI-supported group is allegedly backing Justin Trudeau. This group has announced a rally in favor of Trudeau, and this is in Surrey on Saturday, that's tomorrow. Rahat Rai, an individual allegedly close to the ISI, and he teams and with teams of Pakistani visiting him very, very often. He is and staying at his place. Now, this rally is organized at Surrey Central SkyTrain station so that maximum people can join in. Sources have also said that a large number of people from outside Surrey are also expected to join. Sources are revealing that Trudeau is absolutely on the back foot right now at home and spreading rumors. And according to sources, Surrey ISI network currently is the strongest. So there's a lot of support that's being amped up by ISI and its proxies, and encouraging Pakistani nationals or Canadian nationals of Pakistani origin to actually come there and try and put up a solidarity front with the Khalistanis. Ramnik Mann, how do you see these developments?
Oh, well, good evening, Anand. This is very interesting, the news you just brought in. Trudeau gets support from Pakistan. Pakistan is a country even Hebatullah Akhundzad is not prepared to take support from. So they've gone down to the levels or beyond the levels of Afghanistan per se, diplomatically speaking. Now, when we talk about the incident at hand, it is strange that Trudeau had to make such wild and absurd allegations at a time when India is at its peak diplomacy. You know, we just concluded G20, a very successful one actually. So looking at the partners of Canada, let's say G7 nations, Japan, UK, USA, Germany, France, Italy, they're not standing by Trudeau today. The Five Eyes country, Australia, UK, US, New Zealand, the other four are not standing, like, you know, the gentleman, Mr. Claywood just said, that it's just a token sort of a word that the US has put in. But then again, need to realize what the Canadians have been up to all these years. They've been nurturing and they've been rearing these Khalistani snakes in their backyard. The WSO, World Sikh Organization, Khalistan Tiger Force, Khalistan Commando Force, Sikhs for Justice, Babar Khalsa International, the murderers, the wanted criminals, the gangsters and the designated terrorists, the jinke upar inam yafta mujrim, the ones who bear bounty on their head, have been, you know, given asylum in Canada. That is what Canada has been doing over these years, and the West has been toying with the idea of keeping the secessionist and separatist elements of various countries in their country. When Trudeau says that we are a country of democratic values, we have the rule of law, can you tell me who was punished for Kanishka bombing? Over 280 Canadians died in that bomb. No one was punished. Who killed Ripudaman Singh Malik? It was the ISI, because he actually was a former Khalistani who had aligned with India. Just days after he wrote a letter of appreciation for the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi, he was killed, brutally killed. Who killed Karima Baloch? It was the ISI. She was a Baloch activist.
Yes.
So, when they talk about freedom of speech, he stood by the farmers' protest in India and he said that, you know, the Indian farmers should get all the support. But when it came to truckers' protest, he brought in emergency measures in Canada, by the way, the whole of which are yet to be revoked. So Canada is literally still in the state of emergency.
Right.
This is how, you know, this man displays his hypocrisy. Now, going forward, India, as of today, is a vital nation for the West in Asia. There is no other country in Asia which can replace India. And Pakistan comes to the rescue. ISI comes to the rescue of Justin Trudeau. Is it not enough circumstantial evidence to prove that who has been behind these Khalistani elements and secessionist elements, the ones who try to break away India? They try to get in influencers like Rihanna, Mia Khalifa, and now Shubh. This is what they are trying to do, but they are failing badly. And Mr. Trudeau, like his father, is going to eventually fail and perish away. He's running a
Pierre Trudeau was the Prime Minister when the Kanishk bombings happened, and nobody was caught at that time. Ramnik Mann, just quickly bringing some more information that we have, and then we'll quick round of conversation before I have to wind up. CNN News18 has accessed a report which will expose Canada's hypocrisy. In 2018, public report on the terrorist threats to Canada, which was taken down in 2019 due to domestic pressures. Here's what that report said. It says some continue to support Sikh extremist ideologies, Khalistan ideologies. It's a 2018 public report on terror threats. Some individuals support Sikh Khalistan movement. Then the next point that came out in that, 1985 Air India bombing is the deadliest plot launched in Canada. In Canada, two key Sikh organizations remain listed as terror entities. Babar Khalsa and International Sikh Youth Federation associated with terror. These are the observations. Ramnik Mann, you just made a reference, but this 2018 report was released when Justin Trudeau was Prime Minister.
Okay. Now I'll just briefly add to that. When the US comes out clear, and people in India who are opposed to the current dispensation in India and others who are against the government of India think of it as a victory. I would say when the US says that this should be investigated, yes, it should be investigated, and it should be investigated by the NIA. The NIA should land in Canada and should find out which all gangsters, murderers, thugs and designated terrorists are being shielded by the Canadian government. Who are the drug cartels, the weapon cartels running in Canada, who have been behind the secessionist elements and the Khalistani elements. If they have to name the Canadian politicians from the Liberal Party or from the NDP, they should come out clear. Let Canada be transparent.
Before all of that,
go and investigate.
There is no police FIR. The cops don't even have the names of the suspects. Are you trying to say that your law and order system is so porous that gangsters, murderers, assassins can have a free run on Canadian soil and get away with it? That's the question. Gentlemen, thank you very much. I have to wind up on that note. With that, we call it a wrap on this edition of The Right Stand. Brass Tacks with Zaka right now. Stay with us.